There's some people that work only 4 hours a day and that's it. And they make some serious money from just 4 hours a day. And then there are people that work, excessively long hours and they don't necessarily make as much money as the people who only work 3, 4, 5 hours a day. And why is that? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I am actually in a different space. I'm still in my place, but I'm just in a different background, different location. I thought, why not get a bit cozy? We are in a new year now, so happy new year to you guys. I hope you have had a good start to 2024. I feel like it's been such a rainy, miserable vibe, but we are in the new year, so we are, we're starting with positivity and we're starting with good vibes despite the cold wintry weather. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Temi and I share content along the lines of personal development and self-improvement content. Thank you so much for joining me once again on this channel. And for those of you who are returning, hello, thank you for sticking with me. In this video, we are going to be talking about 5 keys, 5 ways that we can all increase our productivity in 2024. I find that when it's a brand new year, a lot of us, we get so excited. It's a brand new year, we're gonna do something new. But I've always said it, and I'll say it again, that nothing is gonna change until you actually put things in place that yield a different result. I feel that a lot of the times we feel that we're, something's going to happen in the new year because we're just in a new year. But if you don't actually change anything, nothing is actually going to change. Guys, honestly, nothing's going to change. I'm going to be sharing 5 key tips or 5 keys that can help us all to increase our productivity this year, 2024. So I would say the first thing to do is scrap New Year's resolutions and think about building systems. Think about building in a routine to your day. If you think about it, a lot of us, we plan and we can set our New Year's resolutions and we can decide, okay, I'm gonna do this, 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 and this. And that's all well and good, but how many of those resolutions actually really amount to anything? If we're being honest, how many? I feel like the best way to do it is to actually put a system, build a system into your life and into your day, rather than just setting a generic, resolution. So rather than just setting a generic goal to do X, build in that goal into your day. Your day actually will be the product of how you plan it, and it will be the product of the systems that you build into it. And I find that whenever I've tried to just set a goal or I've tried to just set a resolution, it just doesn't really work out that way. You have to build systems into the day. So that is the first advice. That's the first tip that I'm going to be using. That's the first tip that I would share with you guys. Build in systems into your day. And look, the truth is, right, when it comes to productivity, and there's so many factors, and I feel online you can have so much advice on this is the best thing to do, no do this, no do that. But I think that if you keep it really simple and don't overset too many things, set too many goals for yourself, don't be too overly ambitious, because in a way that can actually kind of come back to bite you in the bum. So yeah, that's the first thing. Now the second tip would be learn to say no. In 2024, we cannot just be showing up anywhere, everywhere. We don't have the ability to be doing that. We have to say yes to intentional places, intentional spaces in 2024, simply because once you have set your momentum, once you've set your goals, once you've set the intention and the plan that you have for the new year, that means saying no to certain things. You're not going to be able to just be here, there, and everywhere. And I think that's so important, because the moment that you keep saying yes to everything is the moment that you start saying no to yourself. So part of that is actually setting in boundaries. And if you don't know, I have a video on setting personal boundaries. I think I did that in my first series on this channel, on the live series. And yeah, if you want to go and check out that video, please check it out. The third key would be to prioritize your goals. So there will be some goals that you'll set for yourself in 2024 that aren't necessarily like key goals. Like they're important, but they're not necessarily like the top of the list. And I think that it's so important that we're able to determine, okay, what is an essential goal that we really need to focus on, and what is kind of like a luxury? What is a goal that is just like, okay, it'd be nice to achieve that, but it's not necessarily a pressing thing that you need to work on. And I think it's so important to be able to decipher between the two, because sometimes we can be working on something that just isn't a priority, and then, you know, we do it and then it's like it's been wasted time. So I would say that the first thing to do is to think about what is the priority, like what is the goal that is essential right now that I need or you need to achieve, okay? Now the fourth one would be, so the fourth goal would be work with your strengths and simply outsource whatever you're not good at. Like honestly, in 2024, we are not trying to be doing up, you know, the biggest soldier of who can do everything, right? We are going to be outsourcing stuff that we are not good at. And I know this firsthand because I remember in 2016 when I first launched my very own cosmetics brand, I did everything. Like, I mean, I did absolutely everything on my own. And looking back at that, although it was a success and it went well and I was able to build it up, that was a very silly thing of me to do, like in hindsight, right? Like the best thing to do is honestly outsource talent. Whatever you're not good at, whatever skill you just don't have, just outsource it. Don't wait to learn the skill. If you want to learn it, you can learn it in your own time, at your own luxury. But when it comes to productivity, it's all about setting the pace and getting things achieved and getting things done. And honestly, you'll find that you're saving so much time, so much energy, and so much emotions when you just outsource it. There's just unnecessary pent-up frustrations, unnecessary time spent. It's just done, and you know, experts are there for when you need their expert skills, okay? So you don't need to know everything. Honestly, you don't need to know everything, guys. You don't need to be an expert in absolutely everything. Outsource whatever it is that you need done and that you're not necessarily good at. And that's on period, boo. Okay, so, and the last tip, so this would be key 5 or tip 5, would be to keep yourself accountable. Okay, so yes, you could have an accountability coach, you could have a life coach, you could have an accountability partner, whatever it is. But I personally feel that no one can really hold you accountable like you can hold yourself accountable. If you think about that time when you've set a goal or a task for yourself and you haven't quite met the goal or you haven't quite achieved it, you know how that can feel. Like that can feel really, you know, you can feel kind of like that sinking feeling like I set something but I didn't quite achieve it. I feel like that is the feeling you need to remember, because I feel that that's going to help you to stay focused on the target and on the goal and on the momentum and on the place that you want to find yourself and see yourself, right? Then at the same time, right, it's equally beautiful when you have actually set out a goal for yourself and then you've actually been able to achieve it. Like, think about how amazing you felt when you decided that you're going to do X, Y, and Z, and then you actually went ahead to achieve it. Think about how amazing that felt. Like, think about how you felt so, you know, alleviated. You just felt so calm. You felt like, okay, you're in control. You're gonna smash this. Those are the key tips that I wanted to share in this video. These are the key things that I feel is gonna help each and every one of us to achieve our goals and to not just achieve it, but to also work strategically and work smartly. I feel that productivity is not just about seeing how much you can do and working excessively hard. I think that productivity is number one. How many products can you produce in the time that you've actually been working? Like, how productive is the time spent, or how productive have you been in the time that you've been working? I find that a lot of us, sometimes we can be working, but you know that time when you're working but you're not really focused on what you're doing, you're not really focused on the task at hand. So you're kind of working, but the actual results or the fruits or the outcome of the work isn't to a high standard, or isn't actually, it basically means you haven't really been productive, because the actual content of the work is kind of, you know, question mark. So I feel like, to be honest guys, being productive is all about how fruitful you've been whilst you've been working, basically. And I honestly feel that part of productivity is about working smartly. It's not necessarily about being the strongest soldier, working the longest hours, you know, doing the most. I actually think that productivity is about working smartly and working to your strengths, and also producing as much outcome or as much results as you can from the time that you've been working. So let's say you've only been working for, there's some people that work only 4 hours a day, and that's it, and they make some serious money from just 4 hours a day. And then there are people that work, you know, excessively long hours, and they don't necessarily make as much money as the people who only work 3, 4, 5 hours a day. And why is that? Like, why is that? One thing that I've learned is that successful people do not trade their time for money. That's the number one thing. And I think this is also linked with productivity, right? Successful people do not trade time for money. They basically trade they package up their skills, and they package that up, you know, for money, basically. Whereas obviously if you're working like a normal typical 9-to-5 job, which, you know, most people start off that way, most people are working that, right? You typically have to trade your time for money, because that is essentially how the world of work is, right? But I find that the more productive you are and the more value you can provide to people and for people, you begin to realize that actually you are able to package up your skills in a way that you're not necessarily trading your time for money anymore, but you're trading more your skills in a package that actually produce more results, if that makes sense. I don't know, guys, I hope this is making sense. Let me know down in the comment section if this is actually making sense. Please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video. I'm going to be doing more content on productivity, because honestly, I really do feel like 2024 is the year that we're all going to be leveling up together. And if you have friends, if you have people that you know want to be on this journey with you, you have people that have been trying to, you know, achieve their goals, or, you know, just get to their next level to become their best self, then you want to share this channel, you want to share this video, and you want to join me on my next video. And without further ado, I'm going to end this video here. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you on another video on this channel on the productivity series. Until then, bye.